Jai Shrimad Narayan, Jai Shrimad Narayan, Jai Shrimad Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Srimad Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. Our topic, the spiritual revolution of the Bhagavad-Gita. And today I'm not well, so I won't be going into an in-depth discussion, but I'm going to be answering questions that are asked the devotees last week to have ready. And I recognize a very famous certificated person, Nadira Rajkumar, a famous TikToker, Facebooker. You on Instagram too, Nadira? Ah, she's on Instagram too. Yeah, we are happy to see you come back. Srini Bhai as well. I saw Srini Bhai on Facebook. I thought he was on his way out of the country. I see he landed in the ashram. He needed an airport to bring him here. Oh, you brought him. Okay, thank you. So, who's got the first question?
What is the clearest sign that the person is actually progressing spiritually rather than simply accumulating spiritual information?
Clearest sign is the person has no anger, no jealousy, no pride, no ego. This is advancement in spirituality. Knowing spirituality theoretically is good, but it is part of the intellect. The ego is the identity which is material. The intellect gives you understanding which is material. No, Shmita, you can't talk when I'm talking. The intellect can only give you understanding, and understanding is not experience. Understanding is not experience. Spirituality cannot be understood, otherwise, everyone would be spiritual today. Spirituality is not part of the intellect, it is an experience of the soul itself. Spirituality is the experience of the soul itself. And when the soul experiences itself, when it is no longer imprisoned by the ego, by the intellect, and by the mind, when there are no more thought processes, thinking and the soul cannot go hand in hand. If thinking works, the soul stops working. And when the soul works, thinking and thought stop. So, in order to gauge if someone is spiritual, along the way you'll have a lot of people tell you, I'm very spiritual. You must have heard that. Yeah, I heard it many times. People tell you, I'm very spiritual. Those are the people that are not spiritual. A spiritual person need not tell you they are spiritual. You can see the spiritual energy exuding from them. All the saints, gurus, you go in India, you can see who's the fake gurus and who's the genuine gurus. You can pick up a genuine guru from about 50 meters away. You don't have to talk to a guru to know the guru is genuine. But before that, you have to be genuine. You yourself have to be genuine before you can pick up a genuine guru. So spirituality is Sanatan Dharma, and Sanatan Dharma is spirituality. Religion is not spirituality. Heaven and hell is not spiritual. It's a domain in this material universe. Heaven is a domain in this material universe. Hell is a domain in this material universe. If you do good, you go to heaven, you come back down here to earth. If you do bad, you go to hell, you come back here to earth. Then you attain a material body. Then you use the material body for spirituality. Only this body can take you to spirituality. So the question is right. I can spend maybe 100 weeks on this question itself, but just in a nutshell, this ashram, my mandate is to make you spiritual. My job is to make you spiritual. That's why I don't have sheep. That's why I don't have sheep. I got a big yard to pull up sheep, but I don't have sheep here because I don't want the sheep mentality. Sheep mentality is worked with the mind. Sheep mentality is worked with the mind. I want spiritual aspirants. I'm looking for spiritual aspirants, not sit here in satsang and say yes, 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 come out of the gate and say no, no, no. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want you to take something home every week, even one atom, and change one atom in your life. That is spirituality. Go home, reflect, change one atom in your life, and that is spirituality. Spirituality got no religion, spirituality got no hell, spirituality got no heaven, spirituality got no domain. The entire domain is spiritual. Have you understood? Ram, your wife asked a question every week. You're going to give me a update on how spiritual she became. On a weekly, you can meet outside or in satsang. You the best gauge of that. All right. Try and make her angry. If she say, "I'll dig your eyes out," come and tell the guru. That is not spiritual behavior. Ram, if she threaten you, that's not a spiritual behavior. Have she threatened you in your life, Ram?
No comment.
You can WhatsApp me. I'm going to keep a confidential WhatsApp line. All men who are frightened of the wives, send me a WhatsApp. I'll sort them out. Next question. Jessica, I want your question. All right.
Can someone attain the vision without knowing belonging to a Sampradaya?
Answer is no. Ram, you cannot be cutting on the side and thinking you getting liberated. No, no, no. Doesn't work like that. You see, at creation, which is eternal, creation is eternal, but I'm just to give you a answer because your mind is going to interpret me, not your soul. If your soul was going to interpret this answer, then it would be different. Because your mind is going to interpret this answer, then I have to put it in context. So in context, at creation, Mother Lakshmi asked Lord Srimad Narayan that you are introducing the department of karma. You are introducing the department of karma, and all these souls that are intertwined with karma they'll never be able to get out of it. They will never be able to get out of it. And Mother Lakshmi instructed him to create an avenue, to create an avenue for souls to come out of karma. And it was then that the Sri Sampradaya took its birth. It was then that the Sri Sampradaya took its birth, and that is why I tell you the Sri Sampradaya is the principal Sampradaya. The Sri Sampradaya took its birth when Lord Sriman Narayan stated that anyone who wants to come out of karma must join a bona fide spiritual master belonging to the Sri Sampradaya. Finish and clear. There's no debate on this. There is no debate on this. You've seen from the time I started my discourses, there has been no debate. Nobody can debate whatever I state, because whatever I state is in the scriptures. I'm not making up my own stories. I'm not defending the scriptures through my own intellect. I'm defending the scriptures through the scriptural injunctions themselves. What is in the scriptures, I'm defending that. I'm not bringing my own story and putting it in the scriptures to defend the scriptures. So, liberation, you can only be liberated if you join the Sri Sampradaya. If you don't join the Sri Sampradaya, if you don't discard all what you are doing, you're going to continue coming life after life after life. In this creation, you are here already for 155 trillion years. And that is the halfway mark of this creation. So it's up to you. I've been teaching this spiritual program for 13 years now, over 13 years, and people don't desire liberation, they desire materialism. Liberation is a very hard aspect to desire. Only when you get old, very old, when you know you got nowhere to go, then you say, God, liberate me. But when you are Shmika's age, you don't want liberation. And that is wrong. That's where the liberation starts. You can, you can live this material life peacefully if your desire is liberation only. Everything else will take care of itself. If you're just looking for liberation, everything in this life will take care of itself. Next question. Ram, you understood?
My question is what if your soul is one or what for to control it, why is it not opportunity so that you don't it's basically almost because anger the need for for financial or whatever. If your soul is in one mode of the time, you want to get those sacrifices.
Oh, your desire that you are effecting, if it's coming through your mind, then it's not from the soul. Soul and the mind is like oil and water, they can never mix. Your soul can't think. Your soul cannot think. Your soul is not a thinking instrument. Your soul is a living instrument. It knows. Your soul knows. Your mind doesn't know. If your mind knew, then what's the reason to think? What is the reason to contemplate? Is there a reason to contemplate if you know? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. There's no reason to contemplate. So If you are thinking, then you're not in soul consciousness, you're in material consciousness. And thoughts are material, they're not part of you. Thoughts are not part of you. You can kill a thought without dying. Ram, how many thoughts you can kill without affecting anything? A thought come into you, you kill it, there's no effect anyway. Is there an effect? And that's what you should be doing. Every thought that is negative, your job is to kill it. You continue killing your thoughts until you reach self-realization. You can only reach self-realization in the absence of all thoughts. When thoughts cannot exist anymore in your mind, then the soul dawns upon you. Then the soul dawns upon you. But you have been calibrated. You have been calibrated. Your soul gets lost in your body. The identity of your soul is lost in your body because of your karma. God wants you to forget in proportion of your karma. And God also wants you to remember in proportion of your karma. So it is entirely up to you. Taking the beads and chanting 16 rounds don't help anyone. Don't help anyone. Going round the world and dancing like mad don't help anyone. You'll dance your way to hell. Where you'll dance your way to? Hell. Because the Bhagavad-Gita don't ask for 16 rounds of chanting. You saw anyone, any verse in the Bhagavad-Gita says 700 verses to chant 16 rounds? Does it state in the Bhagavad-Gita to liberate you must go and dance mad around the world? It's not practical. It is not practical. Dancing just releases some enzymes in your feel-good enzyme in your brain, Nadira. Nadira is smiling because she is a dancer. Nadira? Yeah, just while you're dancing, some feel-good. Yeah, yeah. Or you can have a beer, wine, Smirnoff, rock, some powder. All those things make you happy. It releases the same enzyme in you. You can dance, you can have a beer. I missed out anything, Ajit Bhai? You can pull a green. How will that liberate you? How will that take you closer to God? That is stupidity. Nadira? Yeah, but I saw you there. Would these stupid people, Nadira, on the beachfront? Yeah, Guru watches. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. But you won't get liberated. To get liberated, you have to come to the Sri Narayan Dham, where there's no chariot pulling, no 16 rounds. Okay. Just open your ears. Yeah, yeah. Sri Narayan Dham, only open ears and practice. Slowly, you'll become spiritual. Slowly, you'll become spiritual. Next question. Jessica, are you satisfied? Every human being is constructed to be imprisoned by the mind. Every human being is calibrated by the Creator to be imprisoned by the mind. And every human being has capacity to use intellect, which is also part of the mind. Ego is also part of the mind. So you must use your intellect when I'm giving my discourse now so that you can understand. Intellect is for understanding. Mind is for thinking. The job of the mind is to think, will, and feel. The job of the mind is for thinking, willing, and feeling. When you feel bad, when you feel bad, that's a job of the mind. When you feel good, it's a job of the mind. And when you will yourself to stop thinking That is the job of your mind. And our scriptures tell us very, very clearly and explicitly that the mind is your best friend and the mind is also your worst enemy. Most of the thing that goes on in Jessica's head is only a movie written by Jessica, produced by Jessica, financed by Jessica, and distributed by Jessica. And I feel so sorry for those people whom she distributes movies to. Satish got so many movies, both Bollywood and Hollywood combined, don't have that amount of movies that Satish Bhai has in his possession. So that's all part of the mind. The mind kidnaps you. The mind kidnaps you from the reality. The mind can take you anywhere. Wasn't? Think of Uganda Parliament. You thought the mind went there. How fast? As soon as you thought, the mind landed in Parliament of Uganda. That's how fast the mind is. And that's how dangerous the mind is. That's a danger of relying on your thoughts. That's a danger of thinking. And that is why I say, and the easiest way to stop thinking is get up in the morning and leave everything to God. When you leave everything to God, what do you have to think of? As soon as you think, you return back to your surrender. You say, I'm not thinking, I left this morning to God. And you live your entire life by leaving everything to God. That is why God made what is the opposite of the mind. Total opposite of the mind is what? God. When you kill your mind, God appears. And when you kill God, your mind appears. Yes or no? Opposite of your mind, opposite of your thoughts is the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is hidden by the curtain of your thoughts. When you continue thinking, the Supreme Lord is blocked. The minute you stop thinking, the minute you surrender yourself, and the minute you say, God, I leave everything to you, the mind vanishes. Because a mind and the Supreme Lord cannot live in the same space. The mind and the Supreme Lord cannot live in the same space. And we prove this continuously and practically. Me, myself, I am the practical proof and example of everything that I preach. Every atom of my preaching is practical and I have evidence to back it up. I have evidence to back it up. So you start by surrender and gratitude. Surrender and gratitude. Whatever you have, you tell God, thank you. Your thoughts will tell you you don't have enough. Your thoughts will try and defy your surrender. When you surrender, then the thought will tell you, hey, something is going to happen and something is going to happen. The more you think, the further you go from God. The less you think, the closer you get to God. Vasan, have I taught you that? Have I taught you that? So we just have to stop thinking. Stop thinking. Yes, you have to start something. You have to start it. As soon as you start it, you stop. You let God do all the work. You have to start your car. You can't go and sit in your car and say, I surrendered. Now my car must start. Can you say that? You have to start your car, but whilst you drive in, you say, Supreme Lord, I have surrendered to you fully. Whatever mishap supposed to take on this road, I leave it to you. So you drive in. Who's driving? That horse and trailer that was coming to bang you, who must delay that time? The Lord. You go safe, you come safe, you start the journey, you end the journey, but you let the Supreme Lord maintain that journey. That journey must be maintained by the Supreme Lord. That is, when that all cut in front of you, don't take out two hands. Hey, what the hell? I'll kill you. Jessica, where's my bush knife? Just tell him, Lord Narayan, sort that out. Then as you're driving 20 kilometers down the road, you see blue light, you see city police giving him a nice big ticket. Lord sorted that out. Who sorted that out? Lord. You just do the driving. Drive home, drive back. And don't let Jessica drive you. Let the Lord drive you. Be driven by the Lord. There's only one Lord. The Creator Lord. Not the wife Lord. The Creator Lord. Not the wife Lord. Jessica, you can sit in the back. I'm answering Jessica's question. Okay, next question. Next question. What's confusing you? Okay, Vasan explained to him what's attributive consciousness and what's substantive consciousness. Who can explain to him? Ashmika, can you explain to your father-in-law? Narayan Avir, is he watching? Okay. Avir said he'll explain to you when you go home. Okay. What is consciousness? What is consciousness? What is a conscious entity? What is a conscious entity? Consciousness must go hand in hand with what? Is a rock conscious? Why? Why isn't a rock conscious? Can a rock experience itself? Huh? So what is consciousness? An entity experience itself. Experiencing itself. Can a tree experience itself? Yes, it's experiencing itself all the time. That is why the tree is living and growing. It's living, growing through its own experience. It's the experience of a tree. Can a butterfly experience itself? Can an ant experience itself? Yes, it's living in its consciousness as an ant. The blueprint of the ant's consciousness is the body of an ant. The blueprint of human consciousness is the body of a human being. These blueprints are imprinted on your consciousness, then you live that consciousness. So you are living in now human consciousness. That is consciousness. But the source of consciousness is the soul. The source of consciousness is the soul. Wherever there's consciousness, you must know there's a soul. Wherever there's consciousness, you must know there is a soul. There are 8.4 million species of life forms that experience consciousness. 8.4 million species of life form that experience consciousness. You all heard of Darwin? You all heard of Darwin? What Darwin stated? Darwin stated we evolved from the apes. Have you experienced a human coming from an ape person in your life? So can that be true? But has there been experience that from an animal body a human, from a soul living in an animal body, when that body was dead, then that soul took birth and became a human? Is that experience in this universe? Is it there? Is it documented? Is it there in the universities? Some universities have proven from human to human incarnation, from animal to human incarnation, from human to animal incarnation. Is that evidence there? Is that experience there? Yes. So what Darwin tried to do, he tried to understand the Vedas. But because he used his intellect, he couldn't understand that the soul is identical, the only evolution is the body. The same soul evolved through 8.4 million species. Same soul evolves and experiences 8.4 million consciousness levels. Consciousness levels. There are 8.4 million consciousness levels. Same soul, it takes on another body and another body and another body. No ape has ever become a human, and no human could evolve into an ape. Otherwise, we would have experienced it. Why are we not experiencing Darwin's theory? Why? Everything must be experienced, yes, and Darwin's theory should be experienced, yes. Why aren't we experiencing it? If it's true, we must experience it. You agree? So, so the consciousness of a soul is of two kinds. The consciousness of a soul is of two kinds. It's called substantive consciousness and attributive consciousness. Substantive consciousness and attributive consciousness. The soul is like salt. Soul is like salt. You taste the outside, it is salty. You taste the inside, it is salty. The inside saltiness can be likened to substantive consciousness, the inside, where the consciousness is directed inside the soul. And when the soul, the consciousness is directed outside the soul, surface of the soul and outside the soul, it's called attributive consciousness. It's called attributive consciousness. When the consciousness is directed, when you become aware of your inner self, your real self. It is substantive consciousness. Right now, everyone is in attributive consciousness because you are looking outside. From the surface of the soul, everyone is looking outside. So everyone is experiencing attributive consciousness. And attributive consciousness will be the material consciousness that we are experiencing right now. So what the job of the guru is to switch you from attributive consciousness to substantive consciousness. When you start going inside and when you reach your pure self, when you reach your pure awareness, that is a point that we call self realization. Self means soul. Self means soul, and self realization will mean soul realization. Self realization will mean soul. Do you understand? So, the soul has its own constitution. The soul is full of knowledge and full of bliss. Then your karma covers the attribute of consciousness. At the moment, your attribute of consciousness is sustained within the shape of your body. If you are big, that's how big your attribute of consciousness is. And if you are small, like baby, that's how big your attribute of consciousness is. The elephant's attribute of consciousness is the size of the body of the elephant, and the ant's attribute of consciousness is the size of the body of the ant. Your attribute of consciousness pervades your body. It pervades your body. If you cut off your arm, do you die? But what happens to the consciousness in the arm? It retracts. If you cut off your leg, do you die? If you don't die, that means you're not this body. Because if you die, if you was this body and your legs are cut, you're supposed to die. Yes or no? But there's something still living when your hand is cut or your leg is cut, and that is your consciousness. So your attribute of consciousness is that which points outward. When I remove through your submission all your karmas, your attribute of consciousness will connect with the attribute of consciousness of Lord Srimad Narayan. Your attribute of consciousness will connect with the attribute of consciousness of Lord Srimad Narayan, and that is when you say you are in God realization. That is when you say you are in God realization, when the two attribute of consciousness connects. You understand? You see how easy it is? And that is the only time when you are in God consciousness. Any other time you are in thought consciousness, and thought is the biggest liar and hijacker of your experience as a human being. You understand, Cyril? All of you who asked questions, you'll better understand the answers, because next week I'll ask you to answer your questions. This week you'll ask the questions. Next week you will answer the question. So, Cyril, you sure you understand it? Jessica, you'll understand? Okay. Next question. Okay. So, anger is also calibrated in you, right? The first part you need to understand about anger is that anger is not a mystery. First part you have to understand about anger is that anger is not a mystery. Anger is not a mystery, and you are not the creator of anger. You did not create anger. Anger is a poison. It was created by Lord Brahma and injected into this universe. Anger was created by Lord Brahma and injected into this universe. So there's a reservoir of anger in this universe to which you connect, to which you connect. Your proportion of anger is as per your karma in a previous life. Your proportion of anger is as per your karma in a previous life. So this is how the Guru knows who you are. This is how the Guru knows who you are. By your behavior in this life and your proportion of your behavior in relation to anger in this life tells me how angry, Jessica, you was in your last life. I don't have to be a rocket scientist. I just have to be an ordinary guru from the Sri Sampradaya. If you are angry in this life, you had a huge anger problem in that life. And Bobby, I just want to tell you, did you watch this live last week? Hmm? Then after you went home, you didn't watch. And when Ajit Bhai came home, he never tell you anything. Did he tell you? Because I want you to go on to last week's discourse, right? Ajit Bhai was as if he's in liberation. When he walked in here, he was so peaceful. He was so happy as if he reached his highest point. Why, Bhavi? Can you tell me why? You wasn't at home. Yes. Ajit Bhai was in absolute peace and bliss because last weekend you was not here. Ajit Bhai, I'm sorry. That's your karma. Whatever happens, uh, divert her to this discourse on the segment of anger, all right? On the segment of anger. So the first step to anger, Divashka, is to understand that anger is not a mystery. There's a reservoir of anger in the universe, like ESCOM. How we connect to ESCOM and we get so many volts of light. Similarly, you connect to the reservoir of anger in the universe, and as per your karma of a previous lifetime, you get your voltage of anger. Then again, the solution is every morning leave your anger at the feet of the Lord. Every morning use your anger, take your anger and leave it at the feet of the Lord. And every time you get angry, remember, I left my anger at the Lord's feet. And when you continue for weeks, days, you start off in minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, and you'll find all of a sudden there is no anger. There is no anger. Remember, I'm coming from a very, very violent institution. I was in the military, and if somebody looked at me for more than a second, he was down. He was out cold, right? Anger was always at the tip of my nose, right there. Generally, Singhs are very angry, cultured people, Singhs. If you see a big story somewhere, you must know a Singh is involved, yeah. But today I'm sitting here, I'm only angry at Vasan Solar Man. Vasan, I'm only angry at your solar man because I gave him enough warnings. I told him the light's going to go off. We begged him to put the solar and he didn't connect it. And today I'm having a discourse without. Yeah, so can I use my anger at him? Can I use my anger at him? Yes. I can use my anger at him to discipline him and tell him, see, if you promise me something, make sure it is done. And if I promise you something, I'll make sure it is done. He had no reason to leave this thing in this condition, Vasan. You agree with me? We're suffering today because of who? Yes. So you can use your anger positively. You can use your anger positively, but remember what anger does. Remember what anger does. When anger transforms into your hands, you boot someone, isn't? No, you smack somebody. Angry hand, smack somebody. Angry legs, boot somebody. An angry mouth. Jessica, please explain. I'm stuck for angry mouth. Jessica, tell me what it does. Bobby, you too. That's anger that's spitting venom. Then anger also consumes your energy that you have. You know, Satish, when Jessica tell you, I'm shaking, Satish, I'm so angry. She chowed her own anger, that's why she's shaking. She chowed her own energy, couple kilos. All right? So look at the stupidity of anger. Look at the stupidity. You torture yourself. If you are angry at Satish, he doesn't feel a thing, Jessica. When you are angry at Satish, what you feel?
He feels nothing.
Yes, yes.
I'm miserable.
Everything is you, yes. All right? So, when you are about to get angry, Jessica, when you are about to get angry, it's like smacking yourself. It's like looking at your opponent and smacking yourself. You know, Jessica? Then that is you. I'll show you and give yourself a sounder. That's what anger is about. You hitting yourself. You harming yourself. You putting poison in yourself. All right? And Lord Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad-Gita, it describes anger very, very well. First step towards spirituality is to stop anger. You can't stop it fully, but you can change that dynamics. As I said, if I remove anger, I can't be an effective spiritual master if I don't have anger. I have to use anger to discipline A, B, C, D, E. I have to have that component of anger in me for a positive reason. You see, Hiranyakasipu, Lord Sriman Narayan had to use anger to kill Hiranyakasipu. Lord Sriman Narayan didn't smile, hey, how you, Hiranya, and tear his entrails. You can't smile and tear someone's entrails, but I know some of you can. All right? So he had to get enraged. He was so enraged that he tore him and removed his entrails. And then Prahlad Maharaj, who was 5 years old, had to pacify Lord Sriman Narayan with prayers so that he could calm down. Do you understand? So if God is showing you that he used anger to kill a demon, you can also use anger to annihilate demons that's affecting you. Nadira, any demons in Springtown? Use your anger, dance. Nadira, I'm looking at you and my roti desire just sprung up. Okay? So that anger have to be cultivated like in a garden. You got your creepers running all over the shore. Cultivate it. You'll never get rid of it. Don't even try to get rid of your anger, but cultivate it. Count 1, 2, 3 when you're very angry. Jessica, when you're breathing hard. Mm, husband troubled you again. Yeah, just say 1, 2, 3. Om Namo Narayan. Tremble. Doesn't matter you're trembling. Take out your bead. Pop out your bead and pull 108. Not 16 rounds. Just one round. Om Namo Narayan, Om Namo Narayan, Om Namo Narayan, Om Namo Narayan. And you see, Sati should be still there, but he start looking divine. It's practical. We have to discuss this thing. This is why I came out of the official Bhagavad-Gita, because we won't be doing the Bhagavad-Gita justice if we don't break down anger to its very last component. And you must know, and when my anger should trigger, I should blame myself. I should blame myself. Until now, I have realized, because when you blame yourself for being angry and something happened, then you're taking on guilt now, aren't you? Then you're living in that guilt, then there's more poison. And you can't unpack what has happened. But if you realize anger was injected by Lord Brahma in the universe, and you, because of your previous karma, you are allotted a certain proportion of the anger. So now you know the truth, what you must do. Anger is my fault. I created karma in a previous lifetime. This anger is my default setting. This anger is my default setting. I must now try and take control and change it. You think it will work? Yes, it won't just, there's no switch. And please don't try to get rid of anger. Cultivate your anger. Cultivate your anger, and one day you'll be like the Guru. One day you'll be like the Guru. I do get angry, but I get angry for discipline purposes. I have to discipline my children, I have to get angry. But it is righteous discipline. Otherwise, I'm going to smile. You think Sean will listen to me? As it is, I'm angry, don't listen to me. When I smile, you think he'll listen to me. All of you understand? Next question.
Other question, if friends or family have the wrong view, how do you forgive God knowing the action is not right for you? Or and or
Read it again.
if friends or family have wronged you, how do you forgive God knowing their actions is not righteous living or conduct?
So I've been teaching for a long time now that spirituality must fit in within a circle. Spirituality must fit in within a circle. Husband, wife, children, grandchildren, parents, Guru, and Lord Narayan. Then you take a cocky pen and you draw a circle. And you only live in that circle. Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj. Who was he in relation to God? Who was Prahlad Maharaj in relation to God? Nadira? Lord's devotee. Who was Hiranyakasipu in relation to God? He was a demon. He wanted to usurp Lord's kingdom. So, son is a devotee, father is a demon. What did the son do? What did he do? He drew a circle. Him, his guru, and Lord Srimad Narayan. Did Prahlad Maharaj draw a circle? Did he draw a circle? His entire concentration was what his guru taught him, Narad Muni. And his entire concentration was the Supreme Lord, Lord Narayan. And he attacked his father who was a demon. Avir, if your dad is troubling you, I'm giving you a Avir, I'm giving you a solution. I'm giving you a solution. Show your dad how Lord Narayan can come from one of your pillars in your. Why do we have all these examples? So that we can teach through example a question that is posed by Avir Bhai. If your own father can be a demon, if your own father that gave birth to you can be a demon, then who is everyone else? Who is everyone else? And you know where, and you know the importance of discourse, the importance of satsang, the importance of listening to a guru. When you come to satsang, the bhajans are nothing. The bhajans is for the mind. Bhajans is for the mind. But listening to the guru is the most important reason you come to satsang. When Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of his mother, when Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of his mother, Narad Muni gave his mother spiritual advice. He became a devotee from the womb of his. Yes or no? You understand why listening to discourse is important. And Guruji, our Guruji gave an example. The importance of satsang. There were four brothers that were robbers. That were robbers. And one day, one of the brothers was walking in a forest when a saint was given a discourse. When a saint was given a discourse, he was walking past, but he said, "Hey, let me just hear what the saint is saying." And the saint said that the Devis and Devtas, their feet never touch the ground. Devis and Devtas, when they appear on planet Earth, their feet never touch the ground. He heard that part. Who is a robber? A robber heard that part of the satsang and he went away. A few weeks later, these four brothers robbed the king's palace. Same, the one of them that heard the discourse, they robbed the king's palace, and the king sent his security men. And when they came to these brothers' house, they disguised themselves as Devis and Devtas, and they told these four brothers, "We know you all stole the treasure from the king." And as this brother, his mind went to the discourse, and in the discourse, what was stated? Devis and Devtas' feet don't touch the ground. He whispered to his brothers that these are not Devis and Devtas, these are the king's men, and they killed these four men from the king. I'm just saying, even a demonic person can get substance from a bona fide spiritual master. You understand? So this is the importance of satsang. When you come to satsang, open your ears. Because tell me, where you going to find another guru giving the exact discourse I am giving in the world today? Go and Google. Go and Google. Let's be practical. Go and Google. Go see where you can find this truth. That I'm giving you evidence from every dimension. I'm evidencing this truth. I'm saying, if you want to learn the truth, the highest truth is at the Sri Narayan Dham. There is no higher truth than the truth that I project from this ashram around the world every Sunday. There is no higher truth. Prove it to me. I'm saying, prove it to me. Prove to me, I ask. We're on an international platform. This discourse reaches over 1 million people. And I beg every week, I beg, please prove me wrong anywhere in my discourse. You understand? So if you have the fortune of being in my presence, and if you are not taking the discourses seriously, you're not understanding what I'm saying, then you're going to come back here worse than you are in this lifetime. Don't you think? All of you? So this is the importance. This is the importance of a bona fide spiritual master, of a bona fide institution, and a bona fide scriptural learning. You see, I'm supposed to be sleeping in my room. Now. I wasn't supposed to be at this satsang. I told Mataji, tell Dana he can have this whole seat. I was so sick. But my obligation to the Supreme Lord, I couldn't be a coward and sleep in my room there. I had to come out and give this truth because the Lord has chosen me to give this truth. I'm being honest and I'm being practical, and I want to say it as it is. If the Lord has chosen me to give His absolute truth, then I'm going to do so with my dying breath. I've been very ill. Vasan will tell you. For the first time in my life, I felt like a beggar. I was sleeping on a steel bench. How many degrees, Vasan? 4 degrees in which airport? Or Tambo. I took a small green blanket and went. So who gave me that present? Mirali? No, your friend, Michelle. I took that. And I was shaking and shivering and sick and a headache. 4 hours on a steel, ice cold steel bench. And that's when I realized what these people on the road feel in the icy cold. You understand? At the Durban airport, I wanted to run away. I was so sick. I wanted to tell Sean to come and pick me up. Joburg Airport. Santosh Bhai was there. He spent about 3 hours with us. I wanted to tell him, Santosh, take me home. But I still landed. I still landed. Because when you surrendered, when you are surrendered, even if death is knocking on your door, Vasan asked me, Acharya ji, what I must do? You know, big fat tears. I don't want the tears to burst. I said, don't worry, boy. And there was long time lapses in between connecting flights. But thank God Vasan is a F&B lounge member. We could go sit in lounges. But I suffered. I suffered going up. I had a small high, spiritual high. Whilst we were in Uganda, Guruji came and spoke to me. We had a good discussion and asked Vasan. Then I was in such a spiritual high, I made Vasan make me sugar tea. So I didn't know whether I was on a spiritual high or a sugar high. But I was so happy I was high from being low. From being low, I said, boss, let me enjoy myself. That is the power of the Supreme Lord. That is the power of the Supreme Lord. That's the power of my teaching, Vasan. Yes or no? Whatever I thought, did it fructify like that? Huh? God don't expect to be in good health, then God will tap you on your shoulder and tell you, my boy or my girl, any condition, you don't retract from your surrender. You don't retract from your surrender. Any condition you are in, whatever your condition, do not retract from your surrender. Don't associate God with other things. Now, when I thought I'm not going to come, Cyril came and massaged me and Ram. Cyril hit my upper torso and Ram hit my feet. And I'm thinking, these devotees came from so far. Ram left so many things just to come to satsang. I mean, so many lives got saved besides that, but he left. And I felt guilty that two old men, older than me, came and massaged me because they know the Guru is sick. And I got up. I got up and here I am. So God can make your wildest dream come true if you surrender. All you must be is in total surrender. Vasan and I were dressed. How we were dressed, Vas? I'm going to give you an example. I'm preempting it, but I'm giving you an example. We went to Uganda, we went to meet some consultants. We know we're going to meet some consultants. First meeting, we said we'll dress up informal. I was wearing a t-shirt, Vasan was wearing a t-shirt. Well, the first day when we landed in Uganda, there was a guy that ran and came and he spotted Vasan and myself and he said, come, there's a car waiting for you. So we asked him, how you know? He said, no, a photo was sent on his phone. And both and Vasan and I are recognizable on photos. Then he put us in a car and we thought that car was an Uber car. And we asked him, he told us he'll drop us off at a hotel near the parliament. And we said, okay. Then we got up at 2, the car came and picked us up. And we landed in a huge building. And I was still sick. And when I opened my eyes nicely, I see armed guards in camouflage, heavy military. And I look at the board, Parliament of Uganda. Everyone dressed up in suit and tie. And Vasan and I, casual. We go into a room, we meet with 15, about 10 people, Vasan. Everyone dressed up in suit and tie, we dressed up in t-shirt. This is the power of surrender. You understand? This is the power of surrender. We landed into, we didn't land in our own parliament yet, Vas, but we landed in the Ugandan parliament. All right? So, as I said, I only preach what I teach, and I only teach what I preach. I don't preach and be someone else on the outside. I'm the same personality in the ashram, in the car, and wherever we go, the preaching. So it's up to you. It's up to you how you want to take your life. But once you release anger, once you release hatred, once you release jealousy, and once you release, if you don't give gratitude, must always remember at what circumstances in your life you met the Guru. The first time you met the Guru, what the Guru promised you, and where you are today. Because people quickly forget, they become complacent, and they think things that happen to them is happening naturally. You have to remember those dark days when you didn't know the Guru, and then the days when you met the Guru, and today how your life is. And you must have gratitude for that. You must have gratitude for that. Don't forget the darkness. That's the biggest mistake humans make. And after the Guru connect them, then they believe that it's not the Guru, but it is something else. Do you understand? So you can't get complacent spiritually. You can't get complacent when your material life changes. You have to give gratitude and you have to thank God. You have to know where you came from and you have to know where you are going. Gratitude is absolutely important. And that is how I survived the trip. I survived the trip through gratitude because I kept giving gratitude that I'm not dead. Thank you, God. I'll somehow survive the next hour. I'm not dead. Thank you, God. Somehow I'll survive the next hour. And we continued like that until we reached there. I slept the whole day on Friday. I slept the whole day yesterday. And after this, I'm going to go and sleep again. But I have a job, I have a duty, I have a mission. Similarly, you have a job, you have a duty, you have a mission. If I could survive it, and if I kept within the parameters, and if I kept within the principles, then so can you. And I don't have to. I'm serious. I can go down by Guruji, I can go on my knees, and Guruji will touch my head. And until my death day, I'll be fit. I'll be, but what's the purpose? What is the purpose? If my disciples are suffering, why must I be fit? You understand what I'm saying? So I take. You think all the pain is my own pain? Whose pain is infested in my body? Whose illness is infested in my body? You understand? So we have to get serious. We have to take our discourse serious. We have to take this ashram serious. We have to do everything serious. All of you understand? So next week we're going to have some, I'm going to go a little bit deeper and I'm going to explain the next level that this ashram is going to. The next level that this ashram is going to, and all the things that we are going to be getting involved in. Our job is to make sure that the Bhagavad-Gita, the spiritual revolution of the Bhagavad-Gita by Acharya Shyam Ramanuj, reaches this entire planet, either in written form or in electronic form. All right? All of you are listening? So that is our mission. That's a conversation I had with Guruji in Uganda. And God makes everything possible. God funds His own mission. God funds His own mission. Just remember what I'm saying. If we say God is the creator, then why must we go around the world selling books, singing, dancing to fund God's mission? God must fund His own mission. You agree with me? Who's the creator of gold? Who's the creator of trees? God. Money is part of a tree. and the value is in gold. That is in the Reserve Bank. All of you understand? But then again, it is totally up to God. It is totally up to the Sampradaya. But we just going to do whatever mission is given to us. So if you go and Google for a biography of Guruji, is there a biography of Guruji? No biography of Guruji. Guruji is one of the foremost spiritual scientists of the 21st century, scientifically proven. But there's no biography of Guruji. So that is the mission that we will be embarking on. We have to produce Guruji's biography. Jessica, why you didn't tell me I'm producing my biography, big fat biography, when Guruji's biography was not done yet? Okay, so we're going to get involved in Guruji's biography. All of us, all the regulars who come to the Satsang Nadira, if you want to come, you can get involved. Make one roti, I'll eat the roti, and I'll think on how to put Guruji's thing in a context. You're part of it. All right. All of you understand? So I was thinking there's no need to extend this ashram. Is there any need to make this ashram big? Because this entire universe is Lord Srimad Narayan's classroom. It's just from here we'll be producing the knowledge. So we got a lot of work to do. I wish I get 50% better so that I can carry on. I don't want to be 100% better. I just want to be 50% better so that I can carry on this mammoth task. This task is too big. Bhagavad-Gita and Guruji's biography is very, very big. It's consuming. It's going to be hard work. And I got you all to take care of. Jessica, that's why I brought you in. I want freedom from my devotees, disciples, family, children, grandchildren, so that I can do my job. Are there any questions? Last question. Okay, we'll do the question. Satish Bhai, your question.
My question is basically has been answered at this point. There is no background. Knowing that we in the age of Kali, despite that, what can one do to make the transition into the ultimate spiritual individual? Because over the years, we've tried, fallen, gotten up, and still haven't made, man hasn't made the proper transition from where we are to the ultimate spiritual transition.
Okay. So, Kali Yuga is the best time to become spiritual. You shocked? Because in Satyug, man's lifetime is 100,000 years. In Satyug, man's lifetime is 100,000 years. Man must meditate for over 60 to 80,000 years. That's where you can go with your 16 rounds, Nadira. Tell your friends and family of the 16 rounds, Satyug, right? How hard is it to meditate for between 60 and 80,000 years? Is it easy? Then you got Treta Yuga. Lifespan in Treta Yuga is 10,000 years. In Treta Yuga, you must do gorgeous sacrifices and ceremonies. If lifespan is 10,000 years, you live for 10,000 years, how much of work you have to do? In Dwapara Yuga, man's life is 1,000 years. In Dwapara Yuga, man's life is 1,000 years. In 1,000 years, you must do deity worship in the temple. For 1,000 years, you must deity worship in this temple. This is Kali Yuga. What is man's lifespan? 100 years. In Kali Yuga, all you have to do is come to satsang and listen to a guru. Kali Yuga, all you have to do is come to satsang, listen to the guru, and follow his advice once a week. Is this not the best time to become spiritual? Is this not the easiest method to become spiritual? Choice is the guru can give conditions of Satyug in Kali Yuga. This ashram is in Satyug. This ashram is in Satyug. Sri Siddhartha ashram is in Satyug. Guruji is not there. You just go in the ashram, you speak and you go out. Whatever you asked comes through. Yeah, you don't have to speak to me. It's just that I'm a live guru. When I'm gone, you come here, you sit, you ask, and it comes because this ashram is in Satyug. All of you understand? Yeah, we're not selling bunny chows, biryanis, sweetmeats, cakes, paneer, clothing. We're only selling God. And that is the duty of a bona fide ashram and a bona fide guru and a bona fide satsang. Only sell God, nothing else. Jai Srimad Narayan.